On this little stretch of schedule for you guys, where you have some practice time, you can get some work on some things, and just a little bit of an ease up in the sheer volume of games. How much can that do for just the mood of the group and kind of how you're feeling day to day?
Yeah, it's nice sometimes. Obviously, sometimes it's nice to be in a rhythm of playing games, but I think obviously we've played a lot of hockey, so sometimes you lose a little bit of the puck touches in games, right? So when you don't get the chance to practice, so it's nice to get some of those touches in and keep the energy high, and comes at the right time, I think.
How would you describe where you think your guys' team game is at right now?
Well, I think last game was a step in the right direction, certainly. Looked like more the group that we want to be and how we want to play. So, but one game is one game. You got to do it over a span of time. And tonight is obviously a good opponent and great chance to follow it up.
Stiff opponent on home ice, right? You guys have had a couple of bobbles in this situation this year. How important is it tonight to, above all, make sure you're bringing a good game tonight?
Yeah, we don't need to overthink it. We've certainly laid a couple complete eggs here at home, but just go out and keep it simple. It's the cliche, but just get to our game. Just make it feel like playing the game that we want to play and have that intensity, and then we'll be fine.
More and more of the top scorers around the league are becoming PKers. When you're in that situation, are you thinking like as power play? Are you defending through your offensive instincts?
A little bit, certainly, yeah. I think for me personally, I think it's more just the reads, just the anticipation a little bit and the instincts. I think a lot of times the offensive guys are really good penalty killers. At least when you're out there on the power play, those are the guys that you're aware of. They're picking off pucks. They make the right reads and stick position, things like that. So, yeah, I would say it's.
Why do you think they embrace that role? Like, why do you think guys want to be in that situation?
Because it's an important part of the game, and the best players in the world, they want to be part of important parts of the game. And, you want to play as much as possible, and if that's another way of adding importance to your game or to the group, I think any top player will gladly do that.
So speaking of important parts of the game, overtime. You guys play overtime sort of in the spirit it was intended. You push to score. You're not taking it back defensively all the time. But watching around the league, it's becoming a thing where it's becoming a defensive period of hockey. And teams are backing off and backing off. Do you think it's any kind of an issue? And if it was, or if you do, would you do something about it? What would you do?
No, I don't know. I think teams are just reading situations a certain way and trying to keep puck possession, not give up the puck. And I personally wouldn't change anything. I think it's fine. I think teams just have it figured out by now, right? Like the 3-on-3 on how to not give up looks, not to give up chances. So, yeah, that's all I got.
There's been a lot of focus on the defensive side of your guys' game and making some improvements. I know you've been practicing along those lines a little bit. Like, how big a key to turning this the direction you want to is that portion?
Well, it's the start of everything, really. It starts there. It creates your work ethic. It creates, the details in your game, and from there on, you're going to get your looks. You're going to get your chances. So, it's really important. Every team will tell you the same thing. It starts from your end out, and it's no different for us.
It's the fact that you guys have done this twice before. Started poorly, fixed your issues, came out flying, went to the cup. Does the fact you've done it twice before make it, shape how you're doing it this time? Does it make you feel like it's going to be easier or harder, or what do you think?
I don't know. I try not to, read too much into, the loss. Every year writes its own story, and constantly falling behind in these situations, it's not ideal. It's not the way that you want to go into a year. With that being said, we do know the situation that we're in. We have been here before. We have been in worse situations than what we're in right now, so that should give you a little bit of confidence. But at the end of the day, this is a new year. This is a new league with new teams, and they're built different and better teams. So we got to get going. We got to get on a roll a little bit.
Leon, George XNX is a guy you probably see a lot in the ice in matchups like that. What stands out to you about him as a player in terms of a guy who tries to shut top guys down?
Yeah, I think he's just good at what he does. He plays the game very simple. Obviously he's a big body. He does all the little things, all the little details that are the hard part of hockey. He seems to take them very serious and seems to want to do it every night. So he's a hard player to go up against.